The pandemic is complicating a potential crisis for the White House and the Biden administration. Thousands of unaccompanied children are now crossing into the United States from Mexico, a surge that has been growing since Biden ended the Trump administration policy that turned children back at the border. Biden made a campaign promise to treat them humanely, but the numbers of migrants are now overwhelming some border facilities, and that's complicated by the need for more space to keep them safe from the virus. Some children are now being held in detention centers and even tents. Biden is sending in FEMA, the federal agency that responds to natural disasters, but he is now facing the same condemnation over inhumane treatment that he leveled at Donald Trump. Our senior correspondent Susan Ormiston is covering the story, and this morning takes us inside one of the migrant shelters.
This is a respite shelter in McAllen, Texas, near the U.S. Mexican border. All of the people here, families and young children, arrived recently in the United States, many of them crossing the Rio Grande River with their families. They were apprehended by Border Patrol and sent to a detention center nearby. And then they come here for processing. This group here arrived in the morning. They'll get all their papers processed. They've all had COVID tests, and if they're negative, they're allowed to come to this shelter. For a few nights, maybe 1 or 2 days, this group over here has stayed here. They will move on to family members or sponsor families in the United States. But clearly, the numbers are surging here, and the capacity is dwindling. So FEMA has been called in to try to build more shelters suitable for all these young children arriving. President Biden is under increasing pressure to manage this current surge on the border. Many of these migrants telling us, coming from Central American countries, that they came believing that the Biden administration would be more empathetic to allowing them to pursue their asylum claims, pent-up demand over the last several years. Susan Ormiston, CBC News in McAllen, Texas.